What's up, Pirates? We're here with Big Beard Pirates CCG. I have here the two-time champ, YUMI. Show the camera.
I got you right here, bro. Look. Yes,
sir. Look at those babies right there. Dang.
Yes, sir.
Our boy YUMI, he was able to win two tournaments back-to-back, Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Crazy. I think you won with what?
Green Kurapika.
Green Kurapika.
Hitting them with the snipes, my boy. Yes, sir.
That's crazy. It's crazy. I say it's crazy because everyone's expecting like purple bleach to be the meta, or like bleach in general to be the meta.
Yeah, just because of the JP, man. But unfortunately, not. I wouldn't say during our meta, just because they did get 2 cards banned right off rip. They just didn't import them over here. So definitely, I think Green Kurapika is going to be the best deck in this format. Yeah, for North America.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, before we get into the deck profile, do you have anything to say about it other than like you think it's going to be the best?
Just a quick disclaimer: we are in my garage. I know this is not a normal setup.
Hey yo.
Don't mind the garage. Don't mind the flies because we are in the garage. The door's open because it's hot. We're here in Texas, so we got to leave the garage open. If you hear airplanes, I live by airport. If you hear cars, just don't worry about it. Just ignore it and just pay attention to the deck list because this deck list is fire. And again, I do think this is the best deck in the format. And I do hope that Florida will be okay. And I hope and I pray for all those people. Not being selfish, but I do hope they're okay. But I do want it to be all right just so we can still be able to go to Orlando Bandai Fest. So, again, we pray for Florida. We hope they're good. But enough of that. Let's get into this deck profile. All right, guys. Let's move these winter CCs out of the way. And let's get into this deck profile. All right, to start things off, our first 0 cost. The discard one, or the draw one, discard one, probably one of the earlier, better 0 cost cards to have in the game for any deck, honestly, because it's just filtering your deck, filtering your hand, so you can put cards that you want to see, aka your ramp cards. So you want to ramp up. You want to see your 0s, your 1s, your 2s, your 3s. You want to see them in perfect order so you can ramp up and get to that mid to late game and see all your stuff. So we got my boy right here, Zepile. I think that's how you say that.
Yeah,
Zepile. So he is your just standard draw one, trash one. And then we get into my boy right here, the hunter that takes you to the hunter games, so you can become a hunter just like my boy Gon and Killua and friends. But this is actually Kurapika, so we're talking about Kurapika, right? But anyway, this is my other 0 cost. This is the double energy producer. You can only produce an energy when you have him rested. So when he comes in rested, he is not producing a second energy. Keep that in mind. This is not the standard 0 you want to see at the beginning, I feel like. If you don't see any of your double energies, definitely, this is the only reason why I play him. If there was a better 0 cost, I would definitely play something better because I really don't use this unless I'm struggling to find my double energy. So this is what he's here for if I'm struggling. But at the end of the main phase, you do have to ditch him. So if you see people trying to keep him during your battle phase, that is incorrect. He needs to get sideline right after main phase before you get into battle. And then the last 0 cost is just my boy, the 0 cost Kurapika. This is the one you definitely want to raid over and try not to use your other Kurapikas because later in the video I'm going to tell you why. But this 0 cost is literally here just to add it to your hand, and he is for your raid fodder. All right, let's go ahead and get into the 1s to 3s. One of the best 1 cost green cards in Hunter x Hunter, the Leorio. If you can get this on your first turn with a 0, you are already on the better curve going into the game. He on play bounces a 0 to hand, and then he's a double energy producer. You can only play this card if you have a 0 or a 1 on the field that that you're able to get rid of, that you feel like. The best combo, if you go first or second, well, if you go second, you want to play your Zepile, draw one, trash one, and then in the same turn, if you're going second, you want to play your Leorio. Your Leorio, we bounce this back to hand, and then next turn you can play him again. So you're just filtering your deck, trying to see those 7-cost Kurapikas, trying to see those 5-cost Kurapikas. All right, and then the next card that we play would be our 2 costs. This one is double wing. This wing is good for the next card I'm gonna get into a second. You activate main, you rest him, and you give a character 1,000. Honestly, it's really good because of this card right here, which is your 2-cost Kurapika. This Kurapika is also a trigger for you can restand one of your rested characters, and it gains 3,000. So if you're trying to go, if your opponent's trying to go for game and you need another blocker, it'll restand and give him a really big target, so you can stop impact and stuff like that. But also, this character is if you have a character on board. So including himself, it does not have to be another character. It can include himself as well. If you have a character with 5,000 BP or more, he gains impact. The reason being this card is really good with wing is because if you have a 4K Kurapika on board, which is essentially your 3-cost Kurapika or your 5-cost Kurapika, they are 4K BPs. If you have this on board, you rest it. One of those Kurapikas will become 5K if you have the requirements, and then because you have a 5K on board, this Kurapika will gain impact. So then you'll have 2 cards on board that have impact essentially. If you have the 7 or the 5, not the 3 unfortunately, but yes.
That's still good though.
It's very, very good. This card is really slept on. Some Kurapika builds only play 2. I play 4. I want to see more Kurapikas. I want to see more impact, honestly. Yeah. And then now on to my 3s. I play 2 Basho. I was playing 4, but I think I took 2 out to play an extra Leorio. Or I took 1 out. So I was running 3 and 3, but I took one of the Bashos out to play another Leorio because I want to see the Leorio on my first turn. So I definitely put this. And it has the good skill move of Step. I don't really use Step that much, but it's a really good keyword if you really need it against those aggressive early decks.
And he produces 2 energy, right?
Yes, and he produces 2 energy. So the Leorio, the Basho, those all produce your double energies. And honestly, the double energies in this deck is really good. Is that another Basho? It is another Basho. I do play 3 Bashos. That's a little embarrassing. So, okay, never mind then. I play 4 Leorios, 3 Bashos, 3 of the Kurapikas, and 2 of the Wings. I am so sorry, guys. I was confused. I thought I played another Basho. I guess I was correct. Okay, awesome, perfect. I'm glad I said that and I didn't have to correct that later. But then our other Kurapika raid fodder is another 3-cost Leorio. This is the one that if you have 6 or more energy on the field, he gains another 1,000 BP, so he'll become a 4K BP. Just like I was saying with the wing, if you rest him, you give him 4K, and then your 2K Kurapika, or your 2-cost Kurapika becomes a impact character. So yes, it's really good, man. It's really good. All right, now on to the 5-cost and more. This right here is your 5-cost Kurapika of the deck. This card is probably, if not the 7, this is probably your other best card in the deck. This is your color trigger. This is your on play. Look at the top card of your deck. Reveal it if you want it there. You keep it. If you don't want it there, you put it on the bottom. This goes in hand with your Master of Time, which I'll get into later as well. But essentially, it's just, look at the top card of your deck. If you want it there, keep it. If you don't, you don't, Especially in the late game, if you're trying to look for another 7-cost Kurapika to try to go for game, this is literally one of your best things to try and find that. And then, but your other best card probably for level 5 in this deck, cannot stress this enough. A lot of people say to only run 3. I run 4. No matter what, because Neon is the best card in this deck other than this and other than the 7-cost, in my opinion. This card, and the 7-cost is probably like the reason why this deck does so good, in my opinion. On play, she's a double energy, for that matter. She's double energy. On play, search the top 4 cards of your deck. You grab a green card, character green card. You cannot grab any, you can't grab any events, can't grab any stages, things like that. You can't grab none of that. You can only grab a character. And then once you grab it, you reveal it. And if that revealed character card has a cost of 1 AP, you can play it. So you can play any character in this deck pretty much except for herself to the front line. And then that 7-cost Kurapika, you can raid with it. Because she says you can perform raid. So if you have the required energy, you can raid with it. That's why this card is crazy. And it becomes active. It's played active. It's not played rested. So this card essentially gets you a free body on board to swing that same turn. So
free body and double energy.
Yes.
That's wild.
This is probably the best card in the game. I'm not going to lie. That, like, yeah. I don't know. It's insane.
Because I can see the setup. You can have, like, you can have some energy already, have that raid target Kurapika on your board.
Yeah.
And you play her.
Yep.
And you draw into your raid Kurapika.
Yeah.
And because you're producing the energy, it's like, oh, yeah, I'll raid.
I'll go ahead and raid. Exactly. It's insane, man. And then also I play Mr. Hisoka himself, the pedophile, as everyone likes to call him. I'm not going to argue with anyone about that, but he's not. But anyway, his trigger is to draw one. But other than that, he's just a target for Neon, honestly. A lot of people play the Hanzo. I feel like the Hanzo does cause a lot of pressure. It kind of forces your opponent to block with the 2k damage, or with the double damage. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like I just feel like the Hisoka's better just because you get a draw, man. Just because he forces your opponent to block with the one, if you rest the 1 AP for the effect. The effect says that your opponent is forced to block this turn, and if he wins a battle, you draw one. So essentially, you're getting a card off the board, and then you're drawing one. You don't really want to use him when they have 5Ks on board, of course, because they could just block it, and it won't die, and you won't get anything. You won't get any value at all. But man, just getting a card off the board and drawing a card, you need more. You need a lot of draw power in this deck for it to get going.
I think in any deck you just need a lot of draw power. You need to be able to see your pieces.
You need to see a lot of your pieces.
And maintaining board presence is really heavy in this game.
Yes.
I know a lot of people rather just take a life than lose one of their characters, especially if they have more characters than their opponent.
Yeah.
So
sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I rather save my life, because once they start playing those impact characters, man, it's gonna be hard. You need life. You need life. But to get to the best card in the deck, your 7-cost Kurapika. This is the best card in your deck. This is your bread and butter. This is your meat and potatoes. This card is so good. I cannot stress this enough. It could be played in any Green Hunter deck if you can get to the energy. But anyway, this is your raid. This is your raid Kurapika. This is your Snipe King. Ooh. This is your Impact Guru. This is your rest anything out of life when your opponent's trying to go for game or just trying to pressure you. Crazy. This is your remove everything off their board and they just get tiggied about it. I cannot, and it's a 5K, one of the beefiest bodies in the game right now. Like this, is there much more that I need to say about this card?
Nah, because that 5K is scary. Like even against most
like just look at
bleach decks, it's just
this card's so good, and it like the Ichigo that removes. It takes 10 cards out of your sideline just to remove this 10.
Or if you're lucky, a Getsuga, but even then, it's
Getsuga, yeah, of course. But honestly, man, this is the best card in your deck. Coming out of life is crazy. Carnage, if you watch this video, I'm sorry, bro, that unfortunately you had to get hit with 2 of these out of life. I know you were very upset about that.
Hey, rest characters off of Trigger?
Well, you get to choose what you want to do. So it says that you can choose, when you play this card, you get to choose to give it snipe, or you can choose to rest an opponent's character.
Wild.
Yes. So obviously, if it's on your turn, you want the pressure. You're going to snipe. Yeah. If it's on your opponent's turn, you can't snipe them that turn. So what are you going to do? You're going to rest a card. Exactly. And it's insane how good this is. Like, I love this deck. This deck is just so good, man. This deck is just really good. If you're still trying to figure out what deck you want to play coming into Union, play Kurapika. It's a little up there in price, but if you're going to be heavily invested in the game, I do recommend going ahead and pick up all the stuff for the Kurapika because it is insane. A good card, my boy right here, actually.
There you go.
But our events, I run, of course, the Hunter license to get ahead against your opponent in the early game or in the late game to catch up and push for game. It's your Bankais, it's your, just all your restander APs and your finals. Probably the other next MVP in the game, Emperor's Time. The Emperor's Time is so cracked, and I'm going to pull out every Kurapika in this deck pretty much. So you got your 2 costs, and then you got your 5 cost, and it is right here. So with this Emperor Time, if you have this Kurapika, if you have your 7 cost Kurapika, if you have any Kurapika on board, honestly, y'all, you could pretty much give any one of these snipe, because it says choose a character on board, give it 3K, and then if the chosen card was Kurapika, it gains snipe. So earlier, like I was saying, oh, and on top of that, other than giving 3K and snipe, if you win a battle, you draw a card. So this card does 3 things, and it's actually insane. So if you have this Kurapika on board, it says that you just need a character with 5K BP. Well, you just slap that under there. This becomes 6, and he has 5K, so he gains impact. So you can swing snipe, gain impact, and draw a card. Insane, right? So with these 2 combos, this is probably one of the best. This Kurapika is the best one to give this Emperor's Time to, in my opinion, just because when attacking, you can look at the top. If it's something you really need and you're like, fuck, you're like, dang, I need this. This lets you look at it, keep it there, and then when you win the battle, you get to draw that card.
Oh.
And then next turn, whatever you draw, it's good. You know, it's just, you're just plussing. These 2 cards right here is probably the best combo in the game. Best combo. Well, maybe not in the game, but in the deck. It's one of the best combos in the deck, in my opinion. This deck is so combo heavy. Like, it's insane how good it is. Like, you can go different lines, and it's just beautiful. It's really good. But you can also just, you know, you go snipe one turn, and you have this in hand. You just go snipe next turn again with a 50K body. Well, actually, it's an 8K body.
Oh no!
Just sniping. So it's insane, man. Like I was saying, exactly. Just sniping, man. But like I was saying, this deck is just insanely good. Like, it's just really good. I know I'm glazing it. I know I'm glazing them, but this deck is just really good. These are the APs that I run. Ooh. I mean, they're not anything special, but except for this one, my boy Eduardo gave it to me. Well, he didn't give it to me. We're going to make a deal for it. But he did let me get this off him. So this is my first shiny AP, and then my 2 Hisoka boys, because Hisoka is my favorite character. That's why I have the tattoo, just saying. Oh, that's great. But yeah.
She got a Kurapika tattoo.
Hey, if this takes me all the way to the end, if I can get first place, I'll do it. I'm saying here in this video. If I get first place at a major tournament, I'll get a Kurapika tattooed on me. I'll get his scarlet eyes.
Y'all heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. But yeah, man, winning 2 days in a row, it was I had some tough matchups, I can't lie, bro.
I have some questions if you
okay,
don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Other than glazing the deck, obviously.
Got to.
Yeah. If it's not broke, why fix it?
Don't fix it, right?
Yeah. What were it wasn't easy for you to win, I'm sure. There was probably some tough matchups here and there.
Some people I washed. I will not lie. I don't like saying that word just because it makes me feel like what is that? Like just
like uppity? No,
not uppity, but just more like, oh, this guy thinks he's all that. No, I just like saying wash is because like the games were ending in like 10 minutes.
No, I feel you.
Yeah, so that's why I just like, oh, that I washed them.
But what were some of your tough matchups?
Day 1 or day 2 or overall?
Overall.
Let's see. Day 1, I played you in the final. Unfortunately, we didn't get that video. Sorry, guys. It was a beautiful game. Honestly, bro was just Getsuga Tensho, like, for the end game. He Getsuga Tensho 2 of my impact cards off the board. I had no cards on board. He tried to push for game. I had 1 life left, if I'm not mistaken. Is that how it went?
I think I had enough to go for a game, but what you got out of the life, I think it was an Emperor Time.
It was an Emperor Time, and I sniped one.
Yeah.
Yes, and then so you couldn't push for game. And then the next turn, I had 2 Neons, a Basho, and I think just like a 1 cost or a 1 energy producer, so like a 0 or a 1. And I was looking at my hand, and I was like, and I was thinking of trying to like clear his board, go for game, but then I realized that next turn he could just push everything up and go for game. So I told myself, I was like, I either win here or I lose next turn. So I just pushed everything up, pushed both of my Neons, pushed all my cards up, and I just started swinging for game. Yeah. I think you had many?
I had 2 characters and 2 life.
Yeah, 2 characters, 2 life. So I had to have 2 cards hit.
Yeah.
So I swung Neon. I think you blocked both.
Yeah, I blocked both. I took 1.
Or did you block 1, take 1, block 1?
I blocked 1, took 1, and then blocked the last one, the third one.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if he has it, he has it. I was like,
Yeah, and then unfortunately,
yeah.
I had it. Fortunately for me, unfortunately for you.
Yeah.
But yes, that was probably the toughest matchup in that game. I played a green. Did I play Toshiro that day?
No.
I don't think I did.
You played a captain squad, but it was I think it was a John Vanguard's, but his isn't.
I don't think I played him that day.
Are you sure?
No, I don't think I played him that day. I played you. I played. Oh, it was Hydro. I think I played Hydro. I played Hydro's green Kurapika or green Goon and friends. Goon and friends. It was a pretty good game too. It went down to the wire. That damn Leorio just kept cooking me. That stupid plus 15 and gain impact. Like, bro's on 50, just swinging impact. So I couldn't even block with my Kurapika or anything. But that one went down to the wire too. I had seen everything, but again, like, man, that dude just, he always sees his fishing rods. He always sees his Getchugatenchos. Like, he always sees it all, bro. And like, dude, that dude just sees everything all the time. So that's why I got to the wire there. And then I also played a Kurapika mirror match, and it was against our other teammate, Juan. I beat him because I just seen more Kurapikas. It's like in any mirror match. You want to see more top end.
True.
So, and honestly, against that mirror match, I want my opponent to play his Kurapika first. So I can snipe their Kurapika off the board. That's the best way to play it. It's the best thing to do. You want to see more and let them play theirs first. If not, just keep chilling on your 40 bodies. Try and get them to 50 to get that 2K one to have impact as well, and just keep going from there. But on day 2, man, I was just washing people, bro. Like, the only other teammate that there was two games that was pretty rough. It was unfortunately my boy Jared. I washed him. He didn't really see anything. I just Kurapika snipe, went for game. I swung like 2 turns in a row with like 3 impacts, and he didn't want to block because he didn't want to lose his characters on board. So I just washed him. Unfortunately, sorry, Jared. And then my second matchup was against our other teammate, which is Carnage. Carnage, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, bro. I hit 2 raid Kurapikas out of life and stunned his double damage character. And from there, it's just when I got too many 50k body Kurapikas on board, and I went for game. Another hard, and then I also played another dude. His name was Will. Will, if you ever watched this, it was a great game. I just cleared his board with snipe, and I just kept pushing with my impact, bro. Honestly, the impact is just nasty in this deck. It's too much. It just pressures your opponent so much, and it's hard for them to block, because if they block, then they just, they lose a body and take a life, so they can't block. Yeah. So it's just kind of like they have to rely on their triggers to win, To do something. And then my final game on yesterday, the hardest matchup all day was another mirror match Kurapika. I was beating him pretty smoothly the whole game, I would say. He sniped my bodies off board. I sniped his bodies off board. He got lucky towards the end. I was going to go for game. It was Javi. Javi, you're watching this, my boy. Great game. He got lucky with his trigger. He triggered a Kurapika raid. He raid and rest my impact body. One of them. I tried to go for game. He just blocked it, of course. And then the next turn, he was like, I got to win here or I lose. He started swinging, bro. He chose the wrong order for me to take my life. And I got a Basho out of life. I restood one of my characters and just gave it 3K, bro.
Oh.
It was insane. It was pretty good, bro. It was a great game.
I'm sure.
It was a great game. It was a great 2 days. I'm on a high right now.
Hey, keep it going.
No, for real, bro. For real.
We gotta get you out of state now.
No, for real, man. Yeah, we gotta get me to the big leagues.
Yeah, man. we need some regionals now.
No, for real, man.
Banda, if you're watching, come on.
Yeah, come sponsor us, please. Yeah. For the union.
But hey, I'm proud of you. You did really well. You clearly have come to your own in this game, and you're doing well. You understood your deck even better.
I understood the assignment.
Yeah.
Damn flies.
Do you have any closing comments you want to?
As always, just like, comment, subscribe. Go down in those comments. Let me know if you liked the deck profile, what you would change up. Shout out to my boy Murado though. He still hasn't came into the game yet. We're hoping to get him in here. Murado, if you're watching this, please come play with us, bro. We would like to have the competition. We would like for you to just come and play, bro. Also, give him a follow on his channel. He does a lot of videos for One Piece. Really good, funny creator. Cool guy, great guy. Like he says, what does he say? Finger that subscribe button.
Yeah.
Go down in those comments. Big beard, X big beard. That's my boy. But again, just closing. Just enjoy the game at the end of the day, guys. It's really fun. Go pick up a starter deck if you want to learn. Just try the game out, man. Try this deck out. It's really good. Try the Bleach. The Bleach is also another very good deck. I actually want to build that too. I was thinking about the Toshiro, but I don't know. I'm a meta chaser. But anyway, again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you would change up in your deck profile. And let me know if you hate my deck profile. I won't get mad. Let me know what you would change. I'll go down there and comment with you. And we can talk about it. Check out our other videos, because we do have a lot more. And we will have some of my gameplay posted, so you can be the judge of the game and see what you would have done different to beat me. Peace.